The tension in our house has been thick since the day we sat down to talk about baby names. My stepdaughter, Maya 11, lost her mother 2 years ago. It's been a long, painful road for her, and while things have improved, the grief is still very much under the surface. Being 7 months pregnant, I wanted to include her in the process. I told her she could help us brainstorm, though the final decision would rest with my husband and me. When I asked for her suggestion, she didn't hesitate. She wanted the baby to have her mother's name. I felt a pang of discomfort. I gently told her that her mom's name was special and perhaps something she should save for her own daughter one day. But Maya looked confused. She told me her dad had already said that name was one of our top picks. I was blindsided. When Maya then asked if it could at least be the middle name, I had to tell her no, I had already reserved the middle name to honor a close childhood friend of mine who passed away recently. Maya shut down, accusing us of not listening to her, and ran to her room. When my husband returned from comforting her, the real argument began. I asked why on earth he told her that name was a top contender. To my shock, he admitted he did want to consider it. He argued it would create a lifelong bond between the sisters. I couldn't stay quiet about my reality. His late ex-wife spent years disliking me simply for existing. Beyond that, I want my daughter to have her own identity, not being a living memorial to someone I had a strained relationship with. I told him I wasn't budging. He grew defensive, claiming that if we didn't use the name, Maya would be resentful and might not even like the new baby. I snapped back that if Maya felt that way, it was because he gave her false hope and used her grief to pressure me into a name I never agreed to. We've been at a standstill ever since. I feel for Maya, know she's desperate for more connections to her mother, but I feel like my husband has put me in an impossible position. I want my daughter to have a name that represents our new life together, not a name that carries the weight of a complicated past. Comments. Your husband is a major off for telling his daughter something like that. Even worse, he didn't mention it to you at all. Now if you do not give in, his daughter will resent you and the child. I'd honestly be way more upset than you are right now. He was completely out of line. He did it because he knew his daughter would be upset. So he threw up under the bus because making her out to be the villain and potentially breaking up their marriage was far easier than doing some honest but difficult parenting. NTA, I think the way you went about saying that you're saving the name for her to name her child was actually quite sweet. I don't think she's upset with you, but I do understand why she's a little bit upset. She's a child that wants to honor her mom.